It's been more than 20 years since I introduced a bill known as the DREAM Act. This legislation would provide a pathway to citizenship for young immigrants known as dreamers who were brought to our country as children. The DREAM Act would allow these young people to remain in the only home they've ever known, the United States of America. In 2010, I sent a letter joined by then Senator Richard Lugar, Republican of Indiana, asking President Obama to stop the deportation of dreamers. 12 years ago, President Obama responded by announcing the DACA program, which has protected more than 830,000 dreamers from being deported. These young people grew up alongside our own kids with the same hopes and the same dreams. They came to the classroom each day and pledged allegiance to the same flag. These young people grew up and wanted to serve our country as doctors and teachers and engineers, first responders, and so many more valuable contributions to America. They contribute to our nation virtually every single day. Yet they live in fear of their lives being uprooted because of congressional inaction and ongoing litigation. The best way to understand this issue is to hear their stories. That's why today I'd like to introduce you to the 144th and 145th Dreamers, whose stories I've shared on the floor of the Senate. During Hispanic Heritage Month, these stories should give us even more appreciation for the contributions that immigrants make to our nation. Here are Giovanni and Michael Pimentel. They were born in Mexico, brought to the United States when they were 6 years old, raised in Greenville, Texas. They had to quickly learn English and felt an extra need to, quote, prove themselves in this new country. They were 6 years old. They graduated from high school in the top 10% of their class and went on to Texas A&M University. Michael graduated from college with a triple major in chemistry, mathematics, and biology. Giovanni graduated with degrees in public health and political science. Michael went on to earn his master's degree from Stanford University, and he's now pursuing his doctorate in pharmacology. Michael has observed disparities in the care of loved ones undergoing chemotherapy. As a result, he aims to specialize in oncology medication to improve outcomes for cancer patients, regardless of where they're from or what language they speak. Meanwhile, Giovanni attended Loyola University, New Orleans College of Law, and graduated with honors. He became a licensed attorney in California in November 2022 and began working in unemployment law. He set for the Texas bar in July, and his goal is to support the Texas legislature as a legislative counsel. To Michael, DACA means hope. Hope that the United States will one day accept dreamers and allow them to remain here without the threat of deportation. To Giovanni, DACA signifies promise, a promise to dreamers that if they work hard and contribute to America, they'll be granted protection and a pathway to citizenship. It is long past time that we uphold our end of the bargain. Michael and Giovanni are not only role models, they are living representations of the American dream. It's time for us in Congress to protect these dreamers. Unfortunately, since President Obama established DACA, Republicans have waged a relentless, unending campaign to overturn this stopgap solution and deport dreamers like Michael and Giovanni back to the countries they do not even remember. This war against immigrants is mindless. We need to be safe for sure, but how can we ignore what immigrants have made to this country? Last week I went for a routine hospital procedure here in Washington. It was noteworthy that the doctor I had was from Syria, a young woman from Syria. The anesthesiologist was from Germany, and my nurse was from Ethiopia. Do you think I bemoan these immigrants and what they're doing to our country? I thank all three of them for coming to America and make us a stronger and better country and give me quality professional medical service. It happens day in, day out. I want to urge my colleagues not to ignore these dreamers and their lives, which are at stake every single day. They need to live in America without fear of deportation. It is time for Congress to get to work on a bipartisan basis and pass the DREAM Act. It was the right thing to do 20 years ago. It's the right thing to do today. These young dreamers proved my case every single day of their lives. I thank the members of the Senate who supported me. We need more in the future, and I yield the floor.